What's up, YouTube? I am a me. No, I'm not anymore, am I? How you doing? This is a kind of a VR or a support vid, or just kind of like an agreement vid, or just a added on to what Tacbishop said, just to tell everybody that yeah, I agree, and Tacbishop is absolutely 100% right. You do not need. I got my dogs wrestling in the background. You do not need to go to a truck driving school to get your license. And whether it's a Class B or Class A, you do not need to go to a truck driving school. In fact, I'm going to go beyond that and say, if you can, you're better off not going to a school. I'm going to explain why. Um, it's a little background. I've been driving about 25 years. I started driving without a license, without a commercial license. I've been driving since I'm 18 years old. I was okay, 19, something like that. Um, doing the driving job. It was hard to explain. What I wasn't quite a chauffeur, but I was kind of anyway. I was like a transport specialist for a contractor in New York City. Anyway, um, and then I went on to and moved on to the New York City Parks Department, and I drove all kinds of vehicles for them, from garbage trucks on the street and to these four-wheel drive off-road dump trucks to drove on the beach. That was my specialty. Oh my God, I love doing that job. I love that job. But anyway, and when you're working for the city of New York, you do not need a commercial driver's license because the entire city is the lot of the parks of the department. So you didn't need a license to drive those vehicles, whereas you might otherwise. Um, Now I don't know if the yeah, I think that's what it was anyway. So maybe things have changed, or maybe the vehicles I drove were just under the 26,000 pound rule. Who knows? Anyway, ugh. So that was then, and then exactly like Tech Bishop said, I was determined. One day I made a decision to get my license. I was going to start with a B license, and I went to I applied at. I knew some people that worked at an airline catering company, uh, and I went and applied there. That's one was called Dobbs, Dobbs. They work out at Kennedy Airport, LaGuardia too, but just saying in New York City. So and they're an international company, so they work at many airports. What they do is they're B class trucks that drive out onto the tarmac, and their body lifts up to the level of the airplane. That's pretty cool. And that was an easy job, but didn't pay as well. There was overtime. It was union. Anyway, so what happened? I got a job there working on the docks. Honestly, I knew that's what I wanted to do, and I knew that's where I could do it. So I just took any job, and I was actually a janitor for the first month. After 1 month, I made it to the docks, and then you learn. You learn how it works, everything um, about the load, how to load it. Weight distribution, backing in. You learn by watching how everything is done there. The pre-trips and all that stuff. So you learn a lot, and then when you're ready, you get your permit, and they let you use the trucks to go take the test. You can take classes other than that to learn to drive, because obviously the company won't let you drive if you don't have your license. But the driving part is not the hard part. Let me just tell you that. Okay, the air brake, the pre-trip, it's all this detail stuff. Driving, if you know how to drive and you're good at it, I mean, it's driving a truck is not that much harder. You drive a big van, it takes a little more care. That's all. Um, so that's one guaranteed way to, not guaranteed, but one easy way to do it. The other way is that when I went to move up to my Class A CDL, same thing. I moved down here to Virginia, and I applied for Budweiser. Now, actually, you don't work for the actual company Budweiser, but you work for a distributor, which over here was, Budweiser, the local Budweiser distributor, and they train you also to get your license. Now, what they're interested in, you can go any beer company, beer, soda, basically a beverage company, because what they want is they want route salesmen. So you're a salesman first and a driver second. I mean, the part about you know how to drive, that's just like secondary. That's like you just need this to have this job, so let's get that over with. They teach you that in the first week to get your license, and after that, boom, you hit the ground running. First week and a half maybe with a beverage company, and then that's it. You're driving. Now, and the trucks are easier too. They're called goosenecks. They're shorter tractor trailers. They're easy to drive. Oh man, they're so easy to drive. Automatic, short and very maneuverable. They're so cool, and you never have to back up. So that's the best way to get your A-class license, in my opinion. Go work at a beverage company. Or you could do also. You can go. UPS is a little longer. You got to start like at the bottom. I think that's how they do it. There's lots of companies. You see the trucks. Lots of those guys. They start off at the warehouse. Like the other company I drove for, McLean, they they started hiring their warehouse guys. They're good employees. They're always on time. Did their job great. And it's like, hey, you want to drive a truck? We want to promote you. It's like, okay. Then they train them on the truck, and then that's just secondary because they don't have to train them on the whole job. All they got to do is get them their license. Once they get their license, they're working because they know the whole job already. So that's an easy way to do it. You're getting paid while you're doing it, while you're learning. So forget school. You're going to pay them. And in this way, you get paid to learn this stuff. Now, here's the other part. In my travels, I have also worked as a driver instructor at one of these schools. Um, one for a time, it was like 2 years that I was trying to do something else and not drive a truck and trying to make money some other way, and not illegal. And I saw an ad for a new truck driving school that was opening up in my neighborhood, and I was like, hey, I could do that. I got a lot of knowledge to impart because I've been driving a good while by then. Let me see, that would have been in '05, so that's I've been driving lots since then, since 90, over 10 years. And let me tell you something. All the driving school wants is your money. Now, I know you knew that, but the way it's actually disgusting the way they do it. They take your money and then they try to push you out. I mean, they're trying to push you to get to take your test. There's two reasons for that. Number one, obviously, they want a turnover. It's like a restaurant. They don't want you sitting there for 2.5 hours using up a table. They want you to eat in 30 minutes and get out and get another customer in that table for more money. That's the same thing. They want you in and out. Learn it, get it, and go. Actually, they don't give a shit about the learning part. They don't care if you learn it. They push you to take the test before you're ready. They're like, you're ready, you're ready, you're ready. And then, a lot of people, if you've got fortitude and you've got a decent brain, you're not a retard, you can get by, you can figure it out. But many people fail their first time because they're not ready. There's so much things to remember. With the pre-trip, that's a pain in the butt. The air brakes and then the actual driving, which it's the operating of the vehicle is not so as difficult, but it's the rules of the road which are a little bit different. So and if you're not used to driving a car, it's a little different, hard to get used to if you've only been in school for 2 weeks, and all of a sudden now you're expected to pass this test. So here's the other part. Here in Virginia, I don't know other states, but you fail the test twice, and now you've got to take another course, document it, which is usually about $500, like a refresher course, is what they call it. So it's like you fail twice, you have to take an extra course, and then that's extra money. So and lots of people come through there with that. They lots of people have tried to get the CDL on their own, and then they fail twice. and then they come to the driving school to pay that extra refresher course or that extra little. It's a second course that you have to take before the DMV will allow you to take the test again. So more money, and that's why they push you out. They don't care. I mean, we Tack is right because Technical Ninja, because we as truckers we try to help each other. We try to help new guys. Um, and me and the other the senior instructor Mike is a great guy. We hit it off right away the first day. We're trying to help these students get their licenses because we want them to get their licenses. We like these guys. I mean, they look at us like big brothers, and they're so grateful and thankful, that you're helping them. But there's a constant fight every day with the owner about how to do business, and we're trying to actually teach them, and he's just trying to push them along. He's like, no, forget that, don't do that, just do this, do that, and it's like, but they're not ready, they're not going to learn, and that blah blah blah, and it's like, so we're constantly fighting. We can get, I guarantee you, I can, out of 100 people, I can get 99 people to pass the test. Probably more than that. Out of 1,000, I can get 999 people. I can almost guarantee that you're going to get your license if I'm teaching you. But my way and our way and the right way, the owners, they don't care about you getting your license. They don't care about teaching you to drive. They want your money and push you out. All right. So what you end up doing is I didn't work there very long, like less than a year, because it just became too much. I mean, almost got into a physical fight with some student and the owner. It's hard. Um, uh, so what happens is the instructors that you end up with are really bottom of the barrel guys that really don't give a fuck either, and they're the ones that succeed in those jobs because they don't give a shit. And this is what you're gonna hear from a lot of driver training students from that go to schools, that the instructors treat you like shit. They yell at you, they curse at you, they call you a stupid motherfucking piece of shit all day, every day. You go there to be abused because these guys that stay on these jobs are those types of guys that they don't care. They don't care just like the boss don't care. So uh, that's why I say forget the school, man. You can do without it. A little ingenuity, using your head. Tacbishop already laid it out. And you're going to be a better driver, and you're going to find it more rewarding, the work. Whereas you just go there like a dummy, being led by the hand. I'm just going to pay my $5,000, and I'll get my license, and then I'll get a job, and then you're just going to be a dumbass for your entire career if you stick with it. So forget school.